The Summercast.
Yeah, baby.
Episode 7.
Seven.
That's where we're at. Yeah, because last time it was 6. True accidentally uploaded it and titled it 5, but I don't blame him because the one before that was 4-2 because we uploaded 4-1 and 4-2, then went straight to 6. Now this is Summercast episode 7. Got to shout out.
Hey, 4-2 slapped, man.
Blake, if you want to go ahead and shout out our sponsor for the day. It's on the bottom right of
Which is?
the bottom right of the screen.
That's my dad's company, chat. So, no, it has not been cleared with him. But I'm sure he's cool with it.
Dude, Blake's looking through the books. I'm like, did we actually?
He let me put he let me put Tree Gator as the sponsor of our GB team back in like 2009. So I'm sure this is fine too.
Wait, so we were sponsored at one point?
Yeah,
yeah.
Bro, I put that everywhere. Are you kidding
dang,
me?
I didn't even
Dude,
know.
Sponsored by
my
Tree Gator.
entire college experience was going into Photoshop and adding. So I would take away the watering bag, the tree, and the gator, and just put the text.
Yep.
So people didn't know what it was, and I was like, "That's my sponsor, Tree Gator." I was like, "Yeah, can I put that?" It's like, "Yeah, that's fine." It's like, word. Scott Sissel, the goat, baby.
That's the
Papa
goat right
Sissel.
there.
Shout out for not even knowing you sponsored us. $0 in, but hey, man, thanks
Yeah,
for
let's
filling
go.
up that slot.
Go,
That's
Papa
key.
Sissel.
$0.
Shout out
What?
Pops.
Huh?
Me and Papa Sister were working out deals on the back end. We got.
Hey, I get you. Hey, you get a couple bags. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Yeah.
he said
I'll
a
do it
couple.
for a
He
bag.
said a couple bags, and then he said a couple bags. You know,
Wait, there's a
And some
slogan.
Tree
There's a
Gators.
slogan in there.
there's some slogan.
Get your bag right. Only with Tree Gator.
Hey, you used to work there.
crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe
I
you
was
have to go-
lacking when I was
you
working.
might have to talk to Pops
Dude,
real
what's
quick.
actually dope? This is a tangent. So, dad, if you don't know what Tree Gator is, Chad, it's my dad's company, and it is a drip irrigation bag that basically waters the base of a tree, and it's all over the place. If you see a little green bag, it's either my dad's company or a dude that knocked him off. So I used to work with him. That was the job I had right before TST. So on all the bags, I took all the photos for all of the bags, and I did all the YouTube like commercials.
Yeah, you did the
Oh,
website.
yeah.
Which is pretty dope.
So, chat, if you ever see a bag on the base of a tree, make sure to take a picture of it and tweet it to Blake.
That's true. So, chat, when we used to travel, we'd like drive like to Florida or like somewhere cross country or whatever. And if we saw a Tree Gator in the car, my dad, and we shouted it out, my dad would give us $1.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's-
So I'd be like
You were
pressed
making-
to the windows.
So you were making.
and I was like, Tree Gator!
you were
I'd be,
making
like, in
bags.
Kansas.
You were making bags, seeing
Making
bags.
bags, seeing
Yeah.
bags.
Jeez.
There is something there.
There's
That was my
some there
childhood.
too,
You know-
dude.
You know, if I was Papa Sissel, my Twitter bio would be made of bags selling bags.
Dude.
Made of bags
Always in
selling
my
Made a
bag.
bag,
Always-
selling bags.
Always in my bag. That shit's so, it makes you, because you don't really think about it. Whenever you grow up, like Blake. Well, first of all, Blake hated when we talked about his how nice of a upbringing he had. But
Yeah.
we never did it. I never did
No, we
it.
never did it.
The
I
only
never
person
did it.
that ever did it was Monkey. If you think about it,
Yeah,
Monkey
he
did it a few
Monkey
times.
was our fourth
But that's because
cat.
me and Monkey never like hung out in person.
That's
like
true.
we dapped each other up once, and I think that was it.
Yeah.
So now, now being like older or whatever, and I think about Tree Gator like as a business, it makes me think, because whenever you walk by a tree and there's a bag underneath the tree, you wouldn't think about it unless you know the son of the guy who owns the company.
100%.
Yeah.
You know what
Oh,
I
I think
mean?
the same way about like PVC pipes. I'll like
Yeah.
open up my
Right.
sink and I'm like, some
Oh.
dude got the bag off
Dude.
PVC
Bro,
pipe.
Yeah, you don't
there's
think of the
bag.
businesses that are out there that
Right.
are making people money.
Yep.
Because like there, like it doesn't like if there's a business and it is even, I mean, I'm guessing Tree Gator is pretty successful, but I'm saying like if there's
I mean, in scale, it is.
that's
small,
what I'm saying.
small.
That-
Like his employee base is like 20 people.
right. So I'm saying like I mean,
One location, 20 people.
Yeah.
Like that is nothing in the grand scheme of things. But in terms of the reach, I mean, like in that niche market, it has a
Right.
fantastic reach. If you're in the garden
like-
industry, you know what it is.
So like the dude that owns Ultra Pro that makes top loaders. I just grabbed the first thing I saw, which is these top loaders.
The bag.
Bag, right?
That dude for sure is
Yes.
making money. 100%.
sure.
Like I'm looking up who the CEO of Ultra Pro is. I just gotta know.
You know, he's gonna have
have
a
to know.
spray tan, and he lives in South Florida, playing Magic on the weekends.
About us, Ultra Pro.
My dad knew the guy who
Dude.
invented those little cups of cream at diners.
diners.
It's
Jeez.
crazy,
What?
bro. What?
My dad knew the guy who owned the little cups of cream. Somebody
Yeah,
invented.
little half and half.
Yep.
Wait, those were invented to a point where
Sorry.
you could know the dude who invented it. I thought those were invented in like 1800.
I just saw B Nuzzo in the chat said the CEO of Top. Who is the CEO of Top Loader? Did you find out?
I don't see. It
CEO.
doesn't. I don't know. I mean, how do you find out if it's like? Does it?
Who
is
is a pretty good website.
Who is?
Mm-hmm.
Who is? Oh shit! What is?
What is this?
Wait, it went straight to GoDaddy.
Yeah, so you can yeah, I guess that's more domain ownership.
Enter
I know the zipper YKK people. Hey, Tree Gator only YKK zippers, baby.
That's so. I mean, it's just so. I mean, I don't know why I'm spending so much time trying to find this
Yeah, I'm
guy.
trying to find it too, and I can't.
But I'm just saying, like, just anything that you see, like, and it's because of. I think about it a lot because of Tree Gator. And I'm just like, I mean, think about
The
it.
random businesses.
Yeah, the
Random.
random businesses.
I've done that since I had a grasp of what my dad's company
Yeah.
was.
So
Yeah.
wild because you have like little things like Ultra, which in reality is bigger, is more. I guess more
it's
known.
component
Yeah.
things that you don't realize.
Right? Yeah.
Is an entire subset of the industry.
But then also,
Because like a watering bag, it's not like, oh yeah, like that's its standalone thing. Like it is paired with a tree. I think the same way about like a mic arm or like a
Yeah.
mic stand.
right?
You
Because
need the
it's
mic
not
stand
the
for the
mic.
mic.
A lot of people know the mic, but they don't
Yeah.
know the mic stand unless it's
Yeah.
the company.
That's a good example. I like that.
And on my desk right now are 2 Yankee candles. Imagine, and that's even scaled. That's scaled higher.
Oh, Yankee.
Like that's scaled higher, but it's still not.
Candle people gotta hate Yankee Candle, bro. They gotta hate him, dude. They gotta hate him. I just went out front, and my neighbor indeed has knockoff Tree Gators. Chat. Funny. I don't even know if I've told Hitch and George this. It's not like a secret story. It's just
Yeah.
when would this ever come up in conversation?
Mhm.
So when I was a kid, I used to go to what's called a trade show. If you've ever been at anything similar, seen anything similar, it's basically a big convention center, and there's a bunch of booths, and companies will buy a booth for the weekend and then represent their product or try and promote their product. And so people have really cool booths. So we'd go to garden center booths, and we'd have a Tree Gator one. So my dad would be sitting there, meet with a bunch of people from all different cities that were like interested in using the product, whatever. I'm a kid. I'm like 9. So I would like, dress up in like my Tree Gator shirt, and I'd be like walking around, they're like, oh, like, is this your son? I'm like, yeah, what's up? Check out Tree Gator, I'm doing my thing. And so then he would let me walk around and go get all the free crap from all the booths. So it's like, stress balls and a coffee cup
bottles.
and a hat. Yeah. So I'm grabbing like John Deere hats and all this different stuff. So the first year that a knockoff Tree Gator came out, it was called Ooze Tube. And I remember as a kid, I don't understand anything. I'm like, this motherfucker. I'm like, I need to see what, asshole is copying my dad's business.
Yeah.
So I was like, Dad, I'm going to go to the Ooze Tube booth. So I literally like walked over there, and I remember seeing him behind the desk, and I'm just
You're just eyeing them.
I'm just like cussing him out in my mind. I'm like 9. And I remember I got like a free notepad that said Ooze Tube on it. And I just remember bringing it back, and I literally felt like I went on like an undercover mission, dude. It was so
Like he didn't
funny.
know I was with Tree Gator.
Yeah, and then that was the first knockoff, and I think there's like 15 now. I'm pretty sure.
That's
Man,
wild. What's
15,
your so what's your dad like think about? It's so funny. I made it for a joke, obviously,
Yeah,
but
word.
we're going into it now. What does your dad think of like Like what? Give me the inside scoop of a CEO / owner and
like
his
knockoff strat.
direct, I guess, association with
Competitor.
knockoff brands.
I mean,
It's patented,
he's
right?
always. My dad is super. I feel like he has the most like hard and fast limits of anyone I've ever met. So it's like when something comes to the table and it's like, oh, you know, Granger just came out with this bag and it's actually pretty legit. What do we do? And he was just like, we've been around for 15 years. We treat these customers well. If they're going to be loyal to us, then we'll be loyal to them. It's so pragmatic as like, I've never seen him like legitimately stressed out about the competition. I've seen him stressed out about the success, if that makes sense. Okay. So like there was a year that Tree Gator got put into Lowe's, like Lowe's, like,
okay.
And I don't think it was Home Depot, like the hardware store. And then it's basically like the big companies have so many restrictions and they basically just try and bleed smaller companies dry. And he was like, I'm not working with them anymore. So that's really the only time I've seen him super stressed is when other people take all of the inventory, like once the overseas started popping, they bought up everything. And he was like, now I have nothing to sell to my American people. And that's going to stress me out. But with competitors, it's always just like, yeah, that one's pretty good, but they're still never going to catch me.
Right.
In SEO, because he was like, our company was the only one. If you look up drip irrigation bag, because it's Gator, that's Tree Irrigator is Tree Gator.
That's smart.
Oh my God.
That's
dude,
smart.
What?
that's
never
some
even
business tactics you don't even know about.
What?
Yep.
Irrigator.
Holy
basically,
shit. I didn't even think about that.
It's in there, bro.
From like an SEO side of things, he was like, he's not. My dad is the least cocky person you've ever met, that's so funny.
Yeah.
But also, he was like, the SEO, they have 10 years to catch up on. And he was like, I'm trying to be retired by the time they catch up anyway, so I'm not sweating it. Yep.
Did you ever, I don't know if it's a personal question, did you ever think, you or your sister ever think that y'all were next up or no? Was that
for
ever?
Sure, I did. It wasn't really like, oh, I want to be next up. It was like, am I supposed to do that?
Right, yeah.
And so my dad was like, after I started working with him, he was like, yo, just so you know, if it ever happens, if I just randomly take a plane to wherever, you got to run the shit. And I was like, all right, I'm like 15. I was like, I got it, you know.
I got it.
But I mean, I know I could do it because I'm the only one who knows how to do it. But I was like, do I have to do it?
Right. Yeah. I never knew if that was like a thing or not, because my ex's mom owned a business. And she grew up basically being told that she was going to run the business.
Oh, dang.
When she got older. And now she always said she didn't want to do it, but her mom always said, you're going to do it, basically. So I didn't know if that
happens with a lot of family business.
Yeah. I didn't know if that's like normal, I guess, which I guess I'm guessing it is. People whose parents own businesses.
I think it is. Yeah, they just pass it down to their family. I mean, why not? Why
yeah, like to keep it in the family gives like a stability, I guess. For
my dad has always been the type as don't count on me for anything for your career, but if we still have it by the time you need a career, it will be open.
Now Blake plays the block game. Now Blake cusses out GB kids. Yeah. I should probably, I didn't even think about it because I was just using it as a joke, but if we get into anything like super saucy, I'm just going to hit click out of the Tree Gator thing so the logo disappears in case it gets clipped or anything. We're talking about some reckless shit in the bottom right.
Yeah,
as
you see it start to fade away.
I didn't even think about it.
My dad said he's in chat a decent amount of time, and he was like, "You don't see my messages," and I was like, "Why you just roast me like that? Like, why don't you just tell me you're in chat?"
You don't see my messages.
Yeah, I was like, "All right."
Pull his log up. Let's see.
So my dad loves Patreon. When my dad gets into something, he's like the most committed I've ever seen, besides you, Hitch. Okay. Yeah, you're probably second to my dad. So like, it was my dad was like, "Oh, smoking a pipe and pipe tobacco is dope," and now my dad literally knows everything.
Yeah, he used to make them in the basement. I remember.
Dude,
I was like, holy cow.
And so,
wait, when was your dad born? I gotta know if this. I gotta know if this star shit is real.
Star shit?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
were
like
you,
what month was he born?
April of
Uh,
1960.
January, February, March, April? That's different, right?
Yeah, that's different. Because
different?
I'm a March
Okay.
and I'm like Pisces.
Oh yeah. Okay, never mind. All right, star shit's not real.
I
It's
was
not
like,
real.
Star
It's
shit.
not real.
Confirmed.
We figured it out.
Confirmed, not
You were
real.
trying to see if you guys were the same.
Yeah. Astrology. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yep.
Okay, sorry.
Nah,
Keep
but-
going.
What was I talking about?
I'm so sorry.
Oh, my dad's super obsessed with Patreon right now.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Because my dad super geek about the weather, loves pipe tobacco, and has recently been he met like a missionary dude who flew planes for charity
Right.
while he was on a trip a while ago, so he's always kind of been in that sphere. But he basically follows all these people on Patreon, and they make specific Patreon content. So he's super into Patreon, and he was like, you should consider opening up a TST Patreon so you can actually respond to your people because you don't ever see my messages. And I was like, all right, cool.
Dang, a
Word,
subtle
word.
roast in there.
And I was like, we read chat like more than most people on
Yeah.
Twitch. And he was like, you don't read mine. I was like, well, I looked at him. I was like, are you subbed?
Oh,
And he was like, I don't know unless someone gifted me a sub. I was like, all right.
It's funny
Wait,
that
what's his username?
I think it's
It was
probably
beans,
beans and balance.
That's what I
which is
remember.
coffee beans, and he's like super balanced.
Super balanced.
super balanced.
I don't know how else to say to
balanced.
describe balance. I hope my dad sees this and gets super uncomfortable about how much we're talking about him because he's
gonna go ahead and stop.
Yep. This is basically if we had a podcast about George, but George is in his 50s,
Yeah.
pretty much.
It's wild like how Patreon works. Patreon is a really good idea, but it's a good idea for some people, I guess, because there's also a part where if you have too many things, it seems like you're begging for money. Because if we open, I wouldn't feel right opening a Patreon because we already have such a dedicated small core community that would be like, hey, thank you guys for subbing and for keeping the sub train alive and for gifted subs sometimes and for buying the merch. Here's another random website that you can.
It's like too much.
Yeah.
Too much, yeah.
Right.
What I told my dad was like, it would have to be something that is a very specific type of content that people don't feel like they're missing out on or we're withholding for them for more money.
Right.
So like, say we didn't put the old school games on YouTube.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, when we get together, we record old school games. Those videos go up on Patreon.
Yeah.
Something like that. What
That
I
would
would be
make
fine
sense.
with.
Yeah.
But, I have a super, not a fear, but I'm very conscious about starting something that I don't plan to do well because I have a lot of ideas, but I don't start a lot of them because I'm not sure that I can actually take it to the limit I want to take it to.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, so a bunch of the Minecraft streamers that I watch, and I think some of the Pokemon, or not streamers, YouTubers, and I think some of the Pokemon YouTubers that I watch as well, they all do Patreon because they're YouTubers. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
their main goal is YouTube. So they take a while to upload a YouTube video, and so at the end of the YouTube video, basically the people they think they're like a certain part of their
Tier.
patrons, and then there's different. I'm sure there's different things within Patreon as well, and so there's a bunch of like really good channels that I watch that do that, but it makes sense because it's basically their gifted subs. It's their people that are keeping the lights on. You know what I mean? While they make more content,
the above and beyond.
right. Yeah.
Oh, chat's just like calf pics.
Calf pics. Yeah, that's OnlyFans. That's something a little different.
It's like a little different.
Just a little bit.
I mean, I know a lot of people will just post their regular content on Patreon and they'll have a couple exclusive things that are only on Patreon, but most of the time I see it's just early access to content that will be free in a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Because that's what Scar and Toph did, which are the if you don't know Scar and Toph, Chad, they're two Melee personalities basically. And they would do an online show of basically playing Melee online, and it would release early on Patreon and then a couple days later on YouTube.
I know, like the YouTubers, the Nelk Boys, like YouTube doesn't pay them So they literally just sell merch, and that's how they get their YouTube money, pretty much.
YouTube.
So that would be like,
wait,
the what?
YouTube doesn't pay them? The guys we were watching
because
here?
of their content they put out and stuff. So that's how they get paid, is selling their merch and stuff. So
Wow.
they
I
promote
wonder.
that.
I
they,
wonder
they,
what restricts them from being monetized.
It's like their content's wild. Like it's just a bunch of wild.
You think
stuff.
it like? Well, I mean, it can't be like terms of service, but
Yeah, I don't know, but literally that's literally how they get their monies, by selling their merch. So like Patreon would actually be like another, maybe something they could do, because YouTube doesn't pay them stuff because of their content and stuff.
Wow, I did not.
they do a
you talking
lot
about
against TOS stuff with the
Yeah.
dudes that we watch with the dating thing.
No, that's another. It's like another group of boys.
Oh,
Oh,
then I don't know.
oh,
I don't know.
that's who I was
That's what I
thinking.
thought you were talking
no,
about.
that's Foot Asylum. You guys are talking.
Oh,
about.
oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I don't even know what the.
Yeah, they
Nope.
swear a
Oh,
lot.
hella
They do-
drugs,
Oh,
alcohol, and
wait.
firearms. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
are
yeah,
these
yeah.
the dudes that
Mhm.
like went to the? I didn't hear about these guys
They
until.
go to colleges and stuff, and they just
Yeah,
go crazy.
they went to
Yeah.
like the Trump rallies and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they just
Okay. Okay.
make chaos and stuff.
Oh, dude, it literally. Yeah.
Yeah, so
that makes
that's
sense.
how they make their money. It's literally through merch, but like Patreon would be like another way they could also. do
Yeah.
stuff.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But their following is big, like really big.
I do like. I've seen people do this before, which would. I mean, I know we have a lot of people who are super. We have a merch crazy community. I don't know
Mhm.
if other people's communities are like that, but they do like so say you like name it like the VIP club, whatever. If
Yeah.
you are part of that club, you get a discount on future merch and early access to the merch. The podcast that Steph listens to called My Favorite Murder, MFM, they
Yep.
have the same thing. It's called like the Cult Fan Club or whatever.
That's
And
dope.
if you
Yep.
if you are a part of the Cult Fan Club, which is like $5 a month, you have a discount code on the stuff and early access, which is cool.
I was looking
There you
at
go.
I was looking
You know,
at
has a Sen Club membership. Yeah, I heard about that too. Yeah.
I would
That's
sign
one
up
of
for
the
that
nice
just for the
boys.
merch part.
Mhm.
I was looking
I appreciate the interest, Chad.
I was looking at like the top 10 or the top charts podcasts on Spotify, and My Favorite Murder is up there. And I was like, oh, that's
Really?
the podcast that Steph listens to. Yeah.
They're popping, dude.
They're
I
really
mean, they
popping,
do
yeah.
shows. That's their thing now. Is they tour and
That's
do live
so-
shows.
Oh, that's
and they
dope.
literally
That's
they
dope.
sell out every time.
They're still doing that with Rona or no? Or they were doing
No,
that prior?
no.
Yeah.
Before
Yeah,
Rona.
before.
That's
probably.
really crazy. Yeah, I know David.
like, that's their main
speaking of people, David Dobrik, that he never got paid on YouTube because he uses copyright music, which is
There you go.
dude.
Mhm.
That, I mean, is a genius strategy to
Yep.
use music that people can relate to and on an
Yep.
actual, in an
And
actual
he
like
got most
everyday
of his
way.
money through sponsorships and merch, right?
Yeah,
I'm
and
guessing.
I mean, his pop up shops would close down cities. Like that shit was crazy.
So
It's like
dope.
because he hasn't uploaded in a year, I feel like people are starting to forget like how poppin' he
Yes.
was. Like
No,
that
dude, when I
is
discovered
crazy.
David Dobrik, I literally watched all
you
of
guys
his
were
videos.
losing it, dude.
Yep.
I mean,
No,
I didn't. One day I went over to Aaron and Nick's apartment, and they had like a playlist on of all of his videos. And
Yep.
people have been telling me, because I had been vlogging, people have been telling me to watch him forever. But I was like, how is it possible that a 4-minute video could be better than a 10-minute video? Because I would watch Casey Neistat, Fun for Louie, Jesse, like a couple of other people that vlog like that. But I never watched. I was like, how could a 4-minute video? And then, bro, I telling you, I sat there almost sober
Yep.
on the couch for like 6 hours.
We've all
I was
been there.
mesmerized. I was like, how is it possible that every single video is
Oh,
hype
dude.
and funny and then it has like a theme to it and you want to just go to the next one? I mean, I feel
Don't
like
even get me started when you realize there was a David Dobrik too. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh, now I gotta watch.
now I gotta watch
this.
that. That's the that's
More work.
It's still like the only if I listen to a podcast, it's views, because that's like the only way he makes content now. Well, he does stream. He plays with Holly all the time. Holly was
Yeah, that's so funny.
Holly. Every once in a while, Holly will text me and be like, "Hey, can you edit this really quick?" And it's like a 10-second TikTok, and I'm like, "Sure, I can splice 2 things together and send it back to you." But it's always like her doing something crazy with Dave.
Dude, that's so dope.
And she
That's so
was
cool.
like, and she said something like, oh, she was like, oh my, she said, it was so weird. I thought you were FaceTiming me because it said date, because my name is Davis in her phone, and she answered, and it was David, and he randomly FaceTimed her and was like freaking out or like asking her very quickly is something about Warzone, and she was like flustered and had to answer it really quick.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's like, I don't think you understand how
nuts that is.
How that happened. Like that is fucking
nuts.
crazy. It was really crazy, but yeah, it's cool that it's gonna be interesting to see whenever he does vlog again. Because I don't know.
Did he stop just because of the pandemic stuff? Like,
Yeah. I mean, because
too much of their stuff was just out in public and doing stuff.
Yeah,
exactly.
And he
It
lives
was, like
in,
out and about
makes
at
sense.
bars.
He
and
lives
stuff,
in
and-
LA, so it's
Yeah.
like Cali's gonna be shut down for another 5 years. That's what it feels like. It's great.
Yep.
Disneyland, Disneyland's not open still.
Mhm.
This whole time, Disneyland's been shut down, and I think Orlando is already popping again.
It's open again.
And all of them.
Yeah, it's open.
SeaWorld.
They have like pretty set regiments, but it's open. And they were like, we don't need Disneyland yet. They got years.
Like I think like SeaWorld, Universal, Disney World, they're all open. Open and ready for business. You just gotta, I mean, I'm sure they wipe down the chairs and shit, but
Yep.
you know what I
Wear a
mean?
mask. You're good.
Yep.
That's wild.
Yeah, no, they're doing their thing.
Yeah,
They're
Florida's
doing their
different for sure.
Is we don't talk about SeaWorld? I never watched that documentary. Whenever
I didn't either.
the Blackfish, was it called Blackfish? I never watched it. Blackfin. Blackfish Grill is where I eat seafood. Don't eat.
Well, dude, such a good name.
Yeah. There's also Bonefish. That's also a seafood place.
Bonefish slaps.
That
Bonefish
is.
slaps.
That's where I get the
Oh no, I got a red
Bang,
crab
bang.
around here.
bang shrimp.
Red crab.
Yeah, red crab.
Yeah, I never watched that documentary. So the
I
last Summercast that we did was prior to you guys coming here. So you guys came here for your basically first ever, because we're not going to count October. Your first ever
Yeah.
content week with OpTic. How do you think it went?
Dude, it went great. Literally, we landed there Monday and left Friday, but literally Monday through Thursday, we were just like video onto the next video. The next video was like, all right, what do you want to do the next day? Like a video.
Yeah.
It was just constant work, and it was actually fun to be around the like atmosphere of like a lot of like people, like-minded people working together for the same purpose.
Right.
And I really enjoyed that. Honestly, that was really fun.
It was super productive.
Yeah, it was. I think it's definitely.
There was like no down chill time.
There wasn't.
Like I enjoyed what we did, and I didn't feel like stressed out about it. It was just like very productive. Everything was all right. Let's food. Back to the studio. Let's record for OpTic. Let's record for us. Let's go get dinner. Drop us off at the apartment. See you tomorrow morning for coffee. It was a really good schedule.
Oh yeah, Monday through Thursday I had coffee, mocha coffee.
Yes, sir.
Like made sure I had my coffee.
Yeah, it was definitely the most productive week we've ever had, for sure.
Definitely.
Oh, 100%.
I mean,
It was pretty fun though.
I love the old school games. We're definitely gonna run that back every single time you guys come here. We're doing a Don't Laugh challenge for sure.
That's our best video so far in a long time. The Try Not to Laugh video.
Yeah,
It's doing really great.
yeah. The
on
Try Not
YouTube.
to Laugh stuff. I gotta buy. I think Roger said something about hitting you guys up to come down, because you guys have to be here for the box break, for the OpTic box break, which is happening, which is gonna
Pokemon.
be crazy. So that's gonna
baby.
be in a couple. I think a few weeks. So I think Roger's gonna be hitting you up to come down maybe a little after Valentine's Day. I don't know
Cool. Okay.
if you guys are
That's cool.
down for that, which is gonna be fun. I gotta buy MLB Slugfest. I gotta buy that. I gotta buy NHL Hits. I know I gotta get that.
There's a bunch of sports games.
There's
Dude.
a
Those
bu-
are,
those
you
are-
gotta find FIFA Street 100%.
FIFA Street, 100% FIFA Street.
That's the only game I remember playing.
Do I gotta play Melee? Well, I don't want to play stuff that we know how to play. Maybe
New
N64.
games.
Maybe like N64 Super Smash Brothers. That would be fun.
Yeah, that'd be cool. George gonna get the.
I gotta figure out how to
Falcons
hold the
down
Nintendo
smash in that
64
game.
controller.
Yeah,
His legs stick out like 8 feet, bro.
yeah. GoldenEye.
Old school
Yeah,
racing games. Yeah, we did get Need for Speed. I think it was Hot Pursuit.
yeah. We got Need for Speed, which would be a fun game. But yeah, it was a really good week. Then we did a little bit.
Did you guys watch the hamster ball video? Sorry to cut you off.
Oh, I did.
I did,
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
amazing.
Yep. Yeah,
Really
I
good.
loved it.
Yeah, because that was the first time. Whenever you guys came down, it was the first time that Matt had started being in videos just that week. So it was cool to have you guys in videos with Formal here as well. And I mean,
I literally had no idea he was that naturally funny. No idea.
Yeah.
Because
It's
I
really-
never
either.
interacted with Formal. Because every time I had gone to events, he's in champion mode. And it was, don't talk to anybody, sit with the squad,
Yeah.
get ready for game day. And usually I only saw them afterwards if they lost. Otherwise, I never saw them.
I talked to him about it a little
But
bit too
that dude was
because
funny.
whenever he moved into the Scuff House, that's the Formal line. The
Yeah.
one that we see now is the one that I knew then.
Yeah,
like
I
very
remember,
funny, very goofy.
Yep.
But then there was so much turmoil within the team that during one part, we were talking about it just yesterday. During one part at the end of Black Ops 3, or no, at the beginning of IW, they like hated each other. Like literally the whole team like hated each other. So whenever you saw Matt, he was never happy. He would never smile. He would never like. I mean, he would like every once in a while he'd loosen up, and you could be like, all right, so Matt's still in there. But I was like, we were talking about it the other day. I was like, you were mad. Like I literally was like scared to talk to you for like a year because you were like mad. And he was like, yeah. And he told me some stuff that like was going on with the team, and he felt like disrespected in a couple ways, and so he just kind of shut down for a whole year. And I was like, he was like, and then I just went in. He told me, he was like, I just went into champion, like I went into like that, that try hard win mode, and that's all I wanted to do. That's all I wanted to talk about. And I I was like, damn.
No,
but now
I
he's
remember
back.
when we.
Now he's back and he's fucking hilarious.
Like, that's why it caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I didn't know that human at all.
Remember when we went to the Hex Core, the first thing we watched was the pro players, the OpTic team rating the players.
Rating the players,
Orville was cracking me up, dude, because he was just like no hezzy. Like, oh, he's at the bottom. He's at the bottom, 100%.
I can't believe we
put him down.
Put him down. He's lower. He's lower.
Yeah.
And we'd walk in every morning. He's watching a nature documentary. I was like, I love this guy.
Yeah. Well, he was watching rap battles at one point too.
Oh
and
yeah.
I was like, what? What's going on?
He was like super interested in Farfetch too. No, it literally surprised me. Like I was like, whoa.
Yeah, he's super interested.
I literally just thought you were a champion, and that was it.
He was the homie. He was the homie.
Yeah. And it was funny. It's funny to have him around. It's crazy. I don't even know if he's watching rap battles anymore. Like Nick came back and then he stopped watching rap battles. I was like, now is the time.
Miss Nick, you know?
Yeah, now is the time you should be watching.
Yep.
Rap battles.
The community.
But yeah, I'm glad Nick's back. If you guys didn't watch the Flycast, that came out today. And it was probably the most open and transparent video I've ever been a part of, and I've been a part of a lot of fucking transparent videos. So
I watched the first hour.
Did you?
I saw you were being open. I was like, all right, we're gonna get into this.
Yeah.
I was cleaning my house today, and I put my AirPods in, and I basically blinked, and my house was clean, and I finished the whole podcast. And I was like, holy moly, that was intense.
Yeah.
That was insane. Props to him for
I'm glad
being able to have the strength and come out and talk about it.
Yeah, I'm glad we were able to do that.
Yeah,
you know, I don't talk about it a lot on this stream. People just try to find ways around saying the word MaNiaC, but I finally did say, like, you know, we banned your name because every time I saw it in chat, I would get stressed. My blood pressure would spike. Because I was always constantly worried about him, and always, like, it was in the back of my mind, but I couldn't see him or couldn't go hit him up, or so there was just not a lot. I mean, there's not a lot to do, and I don't lie a lot because I'm obnoxiously transparent. But I had to tell everybody, he went and visited mom for a month.
I love that you told him too.
I was like, I lied to everyone. Just so you know.
I lied. Just heads up. I lied to everybody, and this is what I told him. Yeah, that was cool.
So that's up on MaNiac's
channel.
Yeah, on Nick's channel.
That's a good one.
It's really good.
Yeah, but I mean, I know, I think a lot of people, we didn't have to say it on that podcast, obviously, but I mean, I think there's a lot of props should be had for, or should be, people should realize how much of a role Hector and Imbo's played in that whole situation. I mean, those are two dudes. Or if you're you know, if they're loyal to you, and they'll never give up on you. So, mad respect to both of them as well. But now I'm part of, like, I guess 12 podcasts. So
No,
Yeah,
all
dude,
you
that's
do
what
is
I'm
talk.
saying.
all I do
you
is
do is
talk.
Yep.
You're
So you got
on
Around the Bar,
Hexes,
you got a
yeah.
Summercast, a Flycast, an Eavesdrop, an OpTic podcast.
The Rat
Yep.
Radio.
You're like,
Rat
you're like
Radio,
Joe
true.
Rogan out here.
Tally, baby, tally.
We definitely got it. Yeah. Once this whole purge thing, we got to figure out what's going on. I mean, we're gonna have like 1 or 2 days a week where we can play something else other than the purge, in order not to get left behind.
No, it's like right now, like there is no excuse not to be playing Minecraft.
Right.
Oh no, this server is amazing. Like all the content creators that are in this server is like perfect.
Yeah. You guys have been liking the purge, I'm assuming. And
Yeah,
like,
especially since there's a goal. Like every Friday, there's a purge. Like there's a goal, so that keeps me interested. Like, all right, let's work towards this goal.
yeah.
But like, I mean, last week our goal was literally to build purges, and that was actually fun. So as long as there's a goal, I'm always interested.
It's funny because, like, other than obviously Milton, we've got to be the most role play team on the server right now. Like, we are very, very role play.
100%.
Which is fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
What's funny is I think I enjoy role playing more than I enjoy just being me.
Well,
It
yeah,
is
I mean,
fun.
obviously.
It is fun. You're playing a
Well,
different
I don't
character.
think some people like role playing because it's like it seems
Yeah.
fake or
Seems
it's
Why you say it like that?
Blake having an identity crisis. No, it's just like it's the same
no,
thing.
it is
This
fun,
is
it's fun.
this is deep. It's the same thing as wanting a nickname, and because you get to be someone else in a different game, and
Yeah.
it is fun.
Yeah. Well, as a Hispanic, you grow up with a nickname. Literally, your biggest insecurity. Your biggest insecurity is your nickname. Growing up.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
actually crazy.
So so if you're like a little overweight, what do they call you? Gordo.
Damn.
So if you're skinny, what do they call you? Flaco. Mine was trompudo because just how my lips were shaped. So like stick out a little bit more, so they called me trompudo. That was my nickname.
bro,
That's fucked up.
So
bro.
yeah, but that's your nickname.
2021
But
being
look,
open Georgians is killing it.
But look,
killing it.
but I'm telling you,
it.
like
I
as growing up, literally your nickname is your biggest insecurity. So when you're growing up, like you go to school, like someone bullies you, it's like for like your lips or something, like
Right.
it doesn't even matter to you anymore. You've heard it a million
Damn.
times.
Yeah.
So that's why like Hispanic is
Damn.
like, it's like what? You're literally calling me my nickname.
I should have been. I should have been
That's
Hispanic.
actually nuts.
They would have
That's
called
what I'm
me.
saying.
They would call me. What's acne in Spanish? That's what they would have called me.
Acne, pimples. I'm
Pimpu-
blanking out. I can't think
Pimpulo.
of it right now.
I would have been like
There
Davis
it is.
Pimpulo. And then whenever people talked about it at school, I'd be like, "It's cool, I'm Pimpulo, baby."
Espinilla.
That's me.
Espinilla.
Yeah. Hey, Davis, Espinilla.
So are they always like a dig, or like did someone just have like a big dick nickname?
What do you mean?
Like was it always offensive, or were some of them
yeah.
gassing people
Yeah,
Or
up?
if somebody just had a giant
Yeah, it's always your
wiener.
insecurity. No one really had like a big dick name or nickname or whatever. Imagine like big dick.
That's what I mean. That's what I was saying. I was like,
Salchichas
does anybody got that name?
Sledgehammer.
Largo.
Hitch knows that George loves it now. He knows.
I do. I love
He
it.
knows, bro.
I do it to Josefa when he laughs just like George does. So it must just be
Because
my.
It's just how you say it and how confident you say it, but it's so wrong.
It's so.
But it's so good.
You lean all the way in. I love it. Yeah, but I've been enjoying Minecraft a lot. It literally required like a gear change in my head
Yeah.
for the beginning of this year. Since Christmas, I've been in a completely different mindset. My only bit, I can't call it like slipping, but my only bit of like old school mentality is wanting to get good at Valorant. But I think that's just like I have a little thing on the side that
Just
I'm
like a
like,
little-
It's always,
there's a
little-
good to have something on the side.
something,
you know?
right?
I mean, that's
Just
kind
not
of like
Minecraft all the time.
kind of like me with Rocket League, but I'm a little different because I could legitimately play Minecraft all the time.
Yeah, you can't. See, I can't
Yes.
do that. I need to have a different game.
Yeah, I
That's-
get that.
That's why I've
I
been trying to either
love
play Warzone
building.
at the end, like after stream, or something, or Rocket League.
Yeah.
I finally watched that Waddles video.
Oh, did you? Did you watch
about the building, the
Okay.
whatever one you linked me. That was like,
Yeah.
him building his basic house building, talking
Yeah.
about block pallets and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's the part that I enjoy about Minecraft is making something.
yeah.
I don't really have an interest in the general rest of things, but I love the building and the creativity aspect of it. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite type. This is the first time I've ever been in a PV. I mean, obviously, I have never played in a server before. I've always played just hardcore by myself. But it's been the first time that I've played in a server that is like kind of role play, and there's also PvP. So there's a lot that I don't know that I am learning, or a lot that I'm like taking what I do know about Minecraft and like altering it a little bit to make it so it is PvP. Because the people that I watch on Minecraft, they all do the same thing. They all build farms to get a lot of resources from one thing, and they all make them look amazing. That's all I watch. That's
so weird.
That's literally
that's
our
like
satellite.
that's like the nerdy behind the scenes coding of Minecraft.
I mean, I guess
Like that's like legit, and this is no shade. That does not interest me in the
At all.
it's
like
weird.
the
I can't
farm
believe, I can't
aspect
believe
of
you
it.
did the little cow farm thing.
like
down low.
automated fishing and creeper farms and like 0%.
I'm
But when it comes to building a house, I'm all in.
Oh, I'm down.
see, that's so wild. That's so wild.
I like building with George. Not that I don't like building with you, but like
Right.
that's what me and George have been focused on recently. Is like,
Yeah.
all right, help me make the sign.
Yeah.
Right.
Help me make the upstairs.
Right.
Like,
That's
help
what
me
we're about to work
outline
on.
the shape of this.
Yep.
All right, how do you do this?
yeah,
that part's
Like,
that's
really
what
We don't know exactly how to do it, but like we love doing that.
that's what I like what chat's saying right now, where they're like you'll get there, or one day. It is very possible because
Yeah, I won't write it off for
Yeah.
sure.
because I mean it is basically building. It is basically building a cool ass house, but building a cool ass house the first time is amazing because that's where you are. That's where you stay. Or building our shop was really cool. Is really cool because that's where we sell out of. But eventually, whenever you want to build something and you have nothing to put inside of it, it's really dope to have a purpose for that build. So every build has a purpose. So you put farms in each build. That's kind of like where it comes from,
That's your knowledge gap.
That's nuts.
which is, I mean, is really, really, really fun. It's super.
Oh,
super,
I
stupid
understand it.
fun.
I just
Oh, yeah.
I can't empathize with it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not there.
And doing it
But
in hardcore is even more fun. Did you see that? I mean, it's already over. This isn't drama because it's already over and he's already apologized. But Luke the Notable, did you see that stuff? What happened with him?
Mm-mm.
He tried to. Apparently, he got like pretty overthinking and got like overthought a situation and got really stressed out. That he invented, or not invented. He came up with this idea in Minecraft where he plays Minecraft for 100 days. And then he goes day by day and narrates it and uploads it on YouTube. And he did 100 days hardcore in Minecraft. And it got like 20 million views. 20 million or 30 million views. Then he did it multiple times. So he did a 500 days and 1,000 days. And he just uploaded 2,000 days. And because it took so much time because it blew up so much, like hundreds of other creators started doing 100-day videos, especially in Minecraft. Same format, same like there's literally a copy paste of what he did, and I guess it like drove him insane. Like he couldn't get over the fact that like other people were taking his content, so he tried to patent 100 days, the title of 100 days. And he's already apologized for it, and he said, I just got in my own head, and I stressed myself out to the point where I just wanted to, you know what I mean? Like I wanted people to know that that's my content, and they were like,
He wanted to be recognized for that
Right.
content. It's actually insane.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like there's a way,
It's like patented, like going 100 and in GBs or something.
right, which you can't do.
But you can't do that.
But that being said, whenever Pomage and Seth did Snipers Going Ham, or it was Seth or it was Predator and somebody else did Snipers Going Ham without Nade Shot. I mean, Nade made a video, and in that video he was like, it is. I mean, it's weird. It kind of like not it kind of like bothers me a little bit that I'm not involved in that. And like I get that mentality because that happened. I mean, literally to this day, every time I see a trivia video, I'm like, that's Daddy did that. You know what I mean? Like that's where that came from. Just so I can understand the mentality, but then again, the Fine Bros tried to do that with React videos, and that's basically, I mean, their career took a shot for a little bit.
I don't think you can do. I don't think it works.
I mean, you
not
can.
in a creative personality entertainment side of things. Like, I mean, basically all of gaming stuff basically came from like talk shows and Jimmy Fallon and like old school Saturday night shows.
Exactly.
Like reading mean tweets and stuff like that. Like we're all just getting it from somewhere else. And if it spins off a little bit and becomes something that is truly unique, that is interesting, but like it all trickles back to somewhere.
It does. That's like anything creative.
But I mean, I'm not throwing shade at them. I've never made anything that other people are completely copying, and I don't know how that feels.
Right.
But that is cool that he apologized for it, because it definitely is not a good look.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be
not a good look.
But I can
you gotta let other people give you your props.
Right. I can. Yeah. And for a little while, it was like definitely. And people were like, you only react or you only apologize because you saw the negative impact, and it's like, sometimes seeing the negative impact of what you're doing can snap you back to reality and realize what things look like from other people's perspective. So I don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, obviously, if you're doing super fucked up shit, then yes, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But
that is bad out the gate.
In a situation like that, when you're, it's like TST trying to copyright the TriCam. I mean,
people have done the TriCam. I'm not gonna.
That is true.
And when I have seen it, I've seen it at least twice, maybe 3 times. I see it and I'm like, that's what's up. We do that shit. But in my brain, I'm like, it's not going to work. Good luck. That is what I say every time in my brain, because it's not. Like, it's just not. But at the same time, I like seeing it, because I'm like, hey, there you go. I have a good time doing it. I hope you have a good time doing it.
Yeah.
But it would be very weird.
That's a good
point. It would feel icky trying to
trying to patent
that.
the TriCam. That'd be weird.
It grosses me out even thinking about that.
Imagine
but yet again, I don't think anyone's have ever had 3 hosts in one stream.
I don't think so either. Not
they've had a TriCam, but they've never had a tri-host.
Yeah, not on a consistent basis.
Which, how does that even work?
It won't happen. It literally won't happen.
I'm not saying that out of cockiness. I'm saying that out of you don't understand the amount of logistics that has to go into that, and the amount of friendship that you don't have. I'm sorry.
Right.
You don't have it.
It's
very few people out there that, I mean, because it is like the businessman's like #1 rule. Any businessman's #1 rule:
don't go into business with your friends.
Don't go into business with your friends.
Oh no, I took an Uber yesterday because of my car.
Right.
And I was telling him what I do, and he was like, yeah, I went to business with my friends too, and it didn't work out. We're no longer friends.
Right.
Yep.
And this is, as crazy as it sounds, it is a business. It's legitimately a business, especially
it's a business at the end of the day.
Yeah. So we have to have hard conversations, and we have to have uncomfortable conversations that regular best friends wouldn't have to have. And you got to be.
You just have to have the foundation to be able to.
Yeah.
Take that hit.
But yeah. I wrote while we were talking. I try to write down stuff to talk about next. And yeah, I've learned more. Chat, I gotta tell you, what is it? February 2nd? I've learned more in the last month and 2 days about George than I've learned in the past 8 years.
So I remember we were in Texas, and I don't know what came up, but I told him, I was like, dude, literally my 2021 goal is to talk a little bit more with chat, right?
Right.
Apparently I don't talk too much, but literally talk to you guys more, and then literally be more open, just in general, like, you know. So that's literally one of my 2 goals for this year.
Yeah.
You've been killing it so far.
There you go.
Because I mean, it takes an initiative from you. It does.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to pry with your homies, because it's like, well, I don't need to know. I want to know, but I don't need
Yeah.
to. So it's like if it's uncomfortable for you, I'm not gonna make you uncomfortable on purpose to figure out what your uncle's name
Something
is.
like,
I
I don't want to share it. It's just like,
Yep.
I mean, the where it came from was we were at breakfast, and during the breakfast, you said
it was
Well-
me, you, Blake, and Hex.
and you said just out of nowhere, you said, "Well, yeah, I'm the only one out of my brothers and sisters that was born in the United States."
No, I said I was the first one.
Oh, the first one.
generation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Born in the U.S.
And I was like, and you just said it, and
I
I
remember I was like,
I looked at you, and then I looked at Blake because he said it so casually, and I looked at Blake, and Blake was like, I didn't know that shit. I didn't know that, and then that's when you said, that's what
I was like, here, let me tell you.
you're
my
like,
goals
here,
real
this
quick.
is my goal, which I think is
Yeah, it's difficult to open up. Well, it's not. It is, but like sometimes I just don't want to like be a burden, like tell you like what's going on and stuff.
well, I
So
mean, it's a lot
sometimes-
about your upbringing too, and like what,
Yeah.
like, do you have a open conversation all the time? Are your immediate friends and family
like
super
my
open to
family
you?
wasn't like that. Like my family wasn't like open like that in general. Like my mom wasn't like that at all. Like literally this Saturday, literally my family built like a family tree, and we literally went over like all my uncles and uncles, my nieces and nephews. Like we went over like where are they and like what they're doing and stuff. Because my granddad passed away, rest in peace, Papi Neto. But like literally that's why we all got together and like went over like what like where everyone's at, and, like
Yeah.
who's my uncle and stuff like that.
yeah.
It's
So
dope.
like even my family right now is like being pretty open. Like I didn't know most of this stuff that was like going on in my family too, but
Yeah. My family,
I'm learning myself.
my family's kind of bottlers too. Not
Yeah.
my mom and I, but my extended family is. So I can't really. I mean, I guess my close family was kind of bottlers as well, but nothing. I mean, nothing that extreme.
Yeah,
You know what I
my
mean?
family was very, very.
Yeah, you were like
Like-
learning stuff. You were telling us that you were learning stuff for the first time. It's just,
Yeah, I was-
it's wild.
Yep. Like I didn't even know I had an uncle named George. I was like, what? That's where I got it from.
That's what
Oh.
you're like named after, right?
Yeah, named
Yeah.
after.
That's
That's
so
so dope.
wild.
It's so,
That's
it's so
wild.
cool though.
Yeah.
No, you've been crushing it though.
Yep, appreciate it.
It is easy to know that you were working on it. It's
Yeah.
very
Yep.
easy to tell.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that how your family is, Blake? Very bottled.
No. No. What's weird is like I think I've mentioned this before, but it's like sometimes I am like I don't want to do what I do like naturally. I want to be this. I want to be this way.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wish I could bottle. I can't.
I can bottle.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, I can see Hitch. Hitch can. I
Like
don't think you can. but
I can do
I
it
can
for
bottle.
maybe 2 days, and then
it will
I'm
come
just,
out. It
all
always
comes out,
It
yeah.
always
No, I was telling you when the this is sad, chat, but when we were leaving the hex quarters, there was a bunny that had gotten hit by a car, and I can't leave. I if I see something wrong, I have to address it immediately. If I'm walking on the street, one of my neighbor's trash can is flipped over, I cannot leave. I have to go over and fix the trash can. So when I saw the bunny, I had to go sit with the bunny and then make sure, he left this world peacefully and not alone. And
Yeah.
I was very sad, but I'm with my boys. So I got back in the car and I was like, don't want to talk about it. It's cool. So we went back to the hotel. I'm good. I take a
Yep.
shower. We get an airplane. And I'm like, I'm good. Like, I'm fine. I'm getting better at this. I get home. I took a shower. Me and Steph are watching a Disney movie, and I'm sitting there under a blanket, and I literally start crying. And Steph
Dude.
paused, and she was like, what is wrong with you? And I was like, I had to sit with a bunny that got hit by a car.
Dude.
She was like, why didn't you tell me? And I was like, I was trying to be better at bottling,
try.
and I can't.
You
Yep.
can't do it, dude. You can't. It always comes out.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I can't do it.
I don't know when it's like we've talked about this before, but I don't know when it's gonna happen. But my first cry back, because I've been taking a hiatus, like a 6-year hiatus, 5-year.
Oh, dude, what am I like?
Actually, I
don't
might be at
even know
4
how many
years.
dude.
One time in the
I probably need a good cry.
one time in the Scuff House bathroom, That was the and I don't. That was the
That's the
last
last
time
time.
like I remember. I mean, I've teared up
Yeah.
since
It
then,
was
or
a
I've
good
had
cry.
a little like wipe, but like the one of
Oh,
those,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
I haven't had one of
Catch your
those.
breath.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
And I'm telling you, when it comes, because this is the biggest break I've had in probably my entire life.
Yep.
So when it's gonna projectile cry whenever it happens, I'm gonna shoot beams of water out of
I mean,
my
I
eyes.
hate it at the time, and I hate not feeling, manly and whatever shit comes along with
Yeah.
that. But at the same
Yeah.
time, I'm like, damn, I actually I needed that one. I needed that.
Yeah.
Yep.
The cartoon cry, the literal anime cry, just
Yep.
rivers.
Head up, the whisper. Yeah, cry.
Yeah, but,
Yeah, no, I'm terrible at bottling shit up. I can't do it, and it's
Yeah.
just worse because then it like if I don't just get it off my chest immediately, I am more annoying about it when I have to get it off my chest later. So
yeah,
no sense.
yeah. But that's just something where it's crazy how different all three of us are in almost the perfect way. You know what I mean? Like it's really weird.
It is,
Oh,
but I
dude.
think that's why it works.
That's why
It has to
I
be
mean, I'm
why
not
it
saying
works.
like, oh, we have the secret sauce, but it's been going pretty well so far.
Yeah.
And like, I don't think there is a lot of people out there that hate all three of us. I know some people probably dislike me and Hitch because we are more bold.
Yeah,
Hitch
you
is
definitely-
more head ass. I'm
You
rude
guys
and
definitely
arrogant
take
sometimes.
more bold takes and stuff.
Yeah.
But there's no one out there that hates you. It's
Yes.
just not. It's not like unless
There's
it's like
people that hate
a
you.
true blue asshole out there, maybe. But it's like
Someone
there's
hates me,
probably
100%.
there's probably one of us for each of us out there.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Which is good. That's why it works. You might hate two of us, but that one guy will make you stick around.
Well, man,
you know?
it's like I don't
like
like
I'm
the
only
rest
here
of
for
them, but
Blake,
I
so.
like that guy. Yeah,
T-
he
T-
gets me.
Miranda said TST is literally all of my personalities meshed together. It's so funny.
That's so good.
You can relate to each of us.
Sometimes-
Are you Hitch this week? Are you George?
Sometimes
this
you're
week?
head ass
Are
and
you
you're
Blake?
Blake. Sometimes you're just like about your grind and skill, and you're George. Sometimes you're overly horny, then you're me. I get it. It's just three separate. If you add us all together, it's like the Trinity Stone or whatever Thanos had. The YouTube hit 70,000 this week.
Yeah, baby.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
A
Dude.
good goal would be to hit 100K by the end of the year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I hope it. I mean, at
Hopefully.
least that, because I think we can definitely do that.
Yeah, we
Hopefully.
definitely haven't been averaging. We used to average like around 20K views a video, kind of. But
Yeah.
it's kind of gone low a little bit.
Well, we knew when
But-
we switched over from
Yeah,
Call
from
of Duty at the very
Mhm.
beginning that it was going to take a little bit of a hit, but
Yeah.
but as long as
Just gotta get the Minecraft people to
right, Blake kind of got me the way Blake's mentality was at the beginning of this year kind of like helped relieve a lot of my stress, because as
Yeah.
long as you can look back and know that the content is good, then there's nothing else you can do. And right now, the content that we are creating outside of Call of Duty is better than any content we've made inside Call of Duty, in my opinion. Besides
agree.
maybe Black Ops 4, because we had some really good Black Ops 4 content.
Mhm.
But I think like when you guys were here, we did the old school games. I think the Summercast. I think especially the Purge server, the way that we're doing it right now, I think it's some of the best content we've ever made. So hopefully, try not to focus too much on numbers, because I've always been kind of a numbers guy. But
Yeah.
You have, and I mean, when me and George were sitting in the hotel room in Texas, and I saw somebody's tweet that was like, to all the streamers out there, here is a piece of fact to digest, and it was, if you average higher than 40 concurrent viewers on Twitch, you are in the top 0.4 percentile of streamers. If
That
you
is tough to
average
hear.
more than 40, you
This
are in
is
the top
insane.
0.4.
yeah,
And the fact that the three of us get to do this and make a living doing it,
yeah,
that's already a dub.
That's a dub
Already a
right
dub.
there.
And I do the same thing. I know you do this because you think about numbers even more than we do. But like the people that we compare ourselves to, those colleagues are literally
yeah.
top of the top echelon. There
Mhm.
is nothing higher than those people besides legitimate A-list celebrities that are not in gaming. Like they're the top of the gaming
Yeah.
sphere. And so it's hard not to compare to those peoples. But in general, the fact that not one person, 3 people get to make a living making content and gaming and doing things that are entertainment at the source of it,
Yeah.
it's already incredible.
Yeah, and it does, it feels, I mean, I think I was able to take it like a larger, like I'm way more calm this year about everything than I have been in a really long time. And I think a lot of that does have to do with the I guess the collaborations we've been doing, and the notoriety, and the vibes whenever we do collaborate with people. I mean, we started off the year with Doc, with playing with Doc all the time, and then we played with Lupo, and we've been playing with Marcel, and now the Purge server. I mean, it seems like every single time we collaborate or we do something with other creators, it comes out in like very positive way, where even if they don't showcase what happened in their content, their live chat enjoys it, or they're excited to do it again. And I think that is like one of the cool, because there have probably been countless of collaborations that have happened in that scene with those big of creators, where it's awkward and then they never want to do it again.
No, dude, there's no better gas when you go into like someone you're doing content creation with. You go to their chat, and then their whole chat's like, dude, I love watching these guys. Like, these guys are dope.
Like, I don't know them, but they're cool as hell.
Like, that's the best gas, dude. Like, I love doing that.
It's amazing.
I'm really excited for I'm really excited to do the Rat Radio Dr. Lupo thing again.
Ooh. Yeah,
definitely,
dude,
we'll
I'm
definitely do
excited.
that. Definitely do that. And I guess we can talk about this. But did you guys see that? Oh my god, it was a while ago. I couldn't get my mic straight, but it was like a week ago. But did y'all see that Zooma retired?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did. But he's been streaming like every day, and I think he's in that like nameless tournament. It's called like the Boomer Bash or something like that.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But he's playing on keys.
He's playing on keys.
Yep. Which is cool.
Here's my question. It's happened. Blake and I obviously know this. It's happened in Melee. There are countless of people in Smash Melee because it's such a hand-intensive game. It's so much strain on your hands that many people get carpal tunnel or some sort of hand injury. And now, and that's because, I mean, if you see their hands, they literally do this all the time.
Which is insane.
I saw a thing that, I think this was in the Smash documentary, that they average the same inputs per minute as a professional StarCraft player.
Right. And
Really, the Melee?
Which is a keyboard.
Melee, yeah.
That's actually insane.
Average, the average inputs as StarCraft, which is because StarCraft might be the most average inputs of any esport.
All right, so what are you saying?
So in Melee, there have been a bunch of people that have retired because of their hands. But then they designed a legitimate Smash pad, is what it's called. And it's like a Street Fighter board, but you press the buttons with one hand and you move a joystick with the other hand. And I mean, I would say there could be a Smash pad for for COD, but it would legitimately be a keyboard.
Yeah.
So you got to wonder if situations do arise, what are your guys's, I guess, opinions on allowing keyboards in competitive play?
Dude, keyboard and freaking controller play so differently, even in COD. Like,
it's like almost,
I don't know, dude.
it's like almost especially in COD, it plays different.
Probably only COD. I don't know if I would allow it, dude. I feel like there's an advantage to keys, in my opinion, probably. Like the skill gap. I don't know.
I don't know if I definitely prefer controller only, but like there has been events, and they're not Call of Duty players, but like remember it was like at the start of Modern Warfare, you got like Shroud versus Scump, and there have been keyboard versus controller players, and I don't like watching COD on mouse and keys, but like Warzone people play controller versus mouse and keyboard all the time. And I know it's different. It's not PvP, it's kill race, but I don't think it's far enough of a stretch if there are enough repetitive stress injuries like that. And I honestly don't think it was a thing before slide canceling.
Yeah. Is that how he got his injury, from slide canceling?
I legitimately don't know if he would be able to say that.
Yeah.
But what
okay.
other repetitive stress have you ever seen from a game?
Yeah.
It's because it is something that
It's a
you innately
quick,
have to
yeah.
do all the time to be at the top of your game. And that I literally had to stop using the specific type of controller that I used at the beginning of Modern Warfare because I played Shipment for Obsidian. And I was
that.
slide canceling for 2 weeks to get Obsidian, and I could not play with that controller with my
Right.
wrist. And I mean, if that becomes enough of a problem as it already is, I think that conversation would be open. I'd be open to it because we already see keyboard versus controller in Warzone.
Yeah.
I don't think keyboard. I think the only. I think
Because
the.
respawn.
I think the
exists, I think
only.
is why it'd
Yeah.
be okay.
I think the only thing that would be. It would be a situation where the keyboard player would have to only play respawn. In my opinion, they would have to have a sub for search.
S&D is different.
Because S&D, I mean, even without even playing before, just watching Doc while he was playing on mouse and keys, just annihilating people, I was like, that's. I mean, obviously, Doc plays a shit ton of video games, so he's used to it. But I mean, just the way that was happening was like really impressive to me. But I've talked to some pro players, and they were like, it's such a close quarters game, like Respawn Call of Duty.
The controller might take advantage.
A controller would take advantage in almost every situation.
Almost every situation. I think only the mid to long range is where the mouse actually takes advantage. But close range, controller all day.
Right. I'd like to see what it would be like.
Yeah.
I am not against it.
I'm not against
because
it.
I think the COD pros and the current pool of COD talent is so deep, and it's all controllers. I think it would take keyboard players a long time to catch up. He's playing somebody versus keyboard, I think.
Yeah, you might actually see other pros, like good mouse and keyboard players, join the scene then.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like, oh, that's immediately going to be overpowered. It would take keyboard players a while to catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To how good the Call of Duty pool of talent is on controller.
You said in Melee they allow those little joysticks you were talking
The
about?
box.
Yeah, they allow smash boxes.
Well, there was the whole
pads.
issue, the whole argument was, like, can you do something on the box that you can't do? That's what it's called, the smash box.
Oh,
can you do something on the box that you cannot do on a GameCube controller? So basically, what they ended up doing, and I'm pretty sure this is the ruling as it stands, was you're not allowed to have any input that is a macro. So it's a combination of two things.
Right.
So basically, it would be like crouch grab. So you can't have one button that does crouch and grab.
Two things. Yeah.
So for instance, if mouse and keyboard is allowed, you couldn't map, slide cancel to shift. So all you have to do is press shift and your player slide cancels.
Yeah. Because that's a big thing.
Right.
That's a big thing in Counter-Strike, is that it's against the rules to map
a big thing.
Two things in one button, but
that's a
bunch
big
of
thing
players
in Fortnite.
do it.
A lot of people in Fortnite have been caught doing that.
Yeah.
But I think that's the ruling as it stands, and I don't think that'd be that much of an issue. I mean, it would be aim assist versus mouse and keyboard. You have your whole arm to aim with, but like people are just so good at COD. I don't think it would ruin the scene. I think it would take them a while.
Like a big reason that keyboarding is considered a bad thing in Call of Duty is because they keyboarded on console and it read as a controller, and so they still got heavy aim assist. But I think the aim assist on controller versus non-aim assist on keyboard, I think it's pretty balanced in a lot of ways. There are a lot of things you can do on controller that you can't do on PC. There's a lot of things, or on keyboard, there's a lot of things on mouse and keys that you can't do on controller. I think it's balanced. I mean, just imagine, like, you would almost have to have your slow AR on keys.
Yeah, 100%.
Like that's the thing with Zooma, is like I don't know if Zooma's play style could could keep up with controller
Well, his
players that
playstyle might
play.
be different on key.
Right. He would have. I mean, I think he would play like a.
Yeah.
Because that's just the easiest way to do it. I don't know. I think there's something to be explored there, but who knows if
they'll ever even.
Yeah.
If it comes to that, I'd be happy to see it integrated.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be immediately against it. I'd like to see how it plays out.
Yeah.
Plus, it gives people a bunch of content because the whole Fortnite community's just been talking about controller versus keyboard for the last 2 years. Aim assist is OP. That's a free upload. That's a free 100K views.
They say that, but they don't remember where like 98% of the people that were at the cup were literally like
mouse and
keyboard.
keys. Yeah.
So
And there were like
what?
2 dudes on controller.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
come on.
two
That's
guys.
the same thing as like hating on Hbox for Jigglypuff. It's like, do
Yeah.
you see anyone
Right.
else use
Yeah.
the Jigglypuff?
Yeah,
It's not OP, I promise you.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's true. What is happening with Fortnite? Is Fortnite in shambles or are they on the comeback?
Oh, dude.
I think they realized they were in shambles and they were like, 20 million. 20 million.
million.
On a
I don't know if
tournament?
it's 20. It's something with a 2 in it. I don't know. If it's 2 million, that's rough. If it's 20, good.
I think it's
But
2 million. I thought it was 5. I guess
I don't know what it is. I just made up a number.
Oh, okay.
But
Are you talking about a tournament? Like they're hosting a tournament?
No, their entire
like
prize.
how much they're dedicating to the year.
Oh, it
I'm
is
pretty
20.
sure
Oh,
it's
okay.
20.
It is
Oh,
20.
okay.
Okay, because I thought it was
20
low
million.
at first, but 20 million is not low.
No, 20
No.
million is not no. But I mean, they basically, I think they just neglected the side of things and focused on the, I want to be on the toy aisle of Target, which
Yeah.
they are. I think they focused on the young audience, and now they're realizing, oh, we went a little bit too far. We are completely ostracizing our competitive community. Here's 20 million.
Right.
So,
Hopefully they
Yeah,
which
do.
is good. Yeah, Zate, I am not familiar with that, but I at least know the name.
Right.
He retired,
back.
and then as soon as the prize pool was back announced, he was like, "All right, I'm back." I just kidding.
I'm back.
Yeah, I'm back. I lied.
Yeah, because I know a bunch of streamers went back for like a week. Right? Like Nick.
Oh yeah, because there was no
Yeah, they did.
skill-based matchmatching on quads.
Quads.
But it was
Yeah,
this
so it
was
was-
like a month ago. It was like not
Yeah,
even a
well,
month
I mean,
ago.
That's a while
Nick,
ago,
Nick
yeah.
Merckx was playing
Yeah.
Fortnite for like a week or
It
two.
was like Nick, Tim, Cloak.
Yeah.
They all went back and
I
played
don't
with
think it's
Cypher.
really changed since then. I think it's still like at a decent state. It's not like the whole map's underwater,
Yeah.
but I just think the player base of Fortnite has shifted a little bit.
Yeah. I did see that TSM exited Fortnite, which is crazy because they were one of the first people to get into
To
Fortnite.
even-
Mhm.
Yeah, to put pro players in Fortnite.
Yeah.
I
First, yeah,
remember
they were
that.
like some of the first blow up.
Yep.
Yeah. That's wild.
But I would like to see Fortnite back. I like when games do well.
I do
I
too.
yeah,
don't
competitive
ever
Fortnite-
wish, for any game to fade out. The more games are talked about in the general public, the better it is for everybody.
I agree.
I agree.
The only time I get frustrated is when people pour money just because. The only time I get frustrated is when people give value to games based on how much money that game is pushing out, rather than how much people are viewing the game. If that makes sense. Like there's ways that people talk about
Well,
Overwatch.
that's like an Uber driver thing.
There are ways that people talk about Overwatch orgs and teams like they match up against the NFL, like in types of branding and I guess like how big
Notoriety.
they are. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Mhm.
what I was looking for. But it's just, I mean, I think Overwatch, if it's going to be successful, still has a long way to go, in my opinion. Because right now, I don't know what they got to do. But I mean, obviously, COVID just stopped all of their
Hurt
plans.
all
Stopped
events
everything.
in general. Yeah.
But that's the thing that sucks with all the franchises, because I don't even think League of Legends had any events this year.
I don't know if anybody.
I
had
don't know.
events
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't
this
think
year.
anyone's having events.
Basically,
Everything's
ever
online.
since March, I don't think
One-
anything has been.
I'm saying
They're all moving to Texas and playing over.
Oh, League did
League
keep
had
going.
Worlds. Okay, that's cool. Did
Well,
they do
how
like
did-
a bubble thing?
How was the Dallas team the most paid winners of 2020 then? Because they won champs.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know how.
It was like the Dallas team and Magnus Carlsen were the most paid esports players in 2020, and I was like, so Dota
League? Yeah.
and
Yeah,
League,
what happened to the other ones? Yeah.
Counter-Strike, like they all, I guess none of them did like
Tournaments and
online stuff, but maybe it's just different. I don't know. Maybe it's just different with how like things are paid out and things like that.
Do they have franchising in League?
Yes.
Okay.
The franchise esports are League, Dota Watch, League, Overwatch, Call of Duty. I believe that's it right now. League, Overwatch, Call of Duty. I think those are the only franchise.
Wait, is Rocket League franchise?
No.
It's just org.
It's just org.
Competing
It's
against
just
orgs?
org.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's definitely org. Yeah.
Okay.
So
It's a tangent, but I love the collegiate aspect of Rocket League. So cool.
Oh yeah,
That you can literally watch colleges play colleges in
I
game.
like that,
that's
Yeah.
so dope, dude.
yeah.
Because that's like that you can probably talk to girls on campus and not get made fun of. You'd be like, yeah, I actually play the soccer car game. Like, yeah, we have a team. Like, that's so dope.
I gotta go to
Collegiate,
practice.
there's a college COD league too. Yes, but it is not as.
It's not integrated into the game. Like literally,
Not the
Rocket
same.
League promotes the college league in the
Yeah.
Rocket League.
in the game.
In the game.
Yeah.
I have not watched enough collegiate COD. I have seen tweets about it, but I have seen very little. I've not watched it to judge it heavily. But the Rocket League one I know is done well because it's in my face all the time and it's done well.
They get a lot of views.
And
yeah.
it's casted well too.
Yeah. I don't really watch it, but every time I like pop in for a second, like they have a lot of views in there.
It's just
Yeah.
appealing to a general audience because Rocket League is so easy to understand.
Yeah.
It's
That's-
super dope.
That would be. I mean, I think there's potential with COD, but also it's so much easier to do things like Rocket League. Like COD, you got to get 4 players. You got to practice all the time. You can't really get good practice if you're not playing with your team against other good teams. So then I guess there'd be college scrims. I don't know. At one point, I was like, "Hey, I want to coach the ECU team because that would be a lot of fun. That would be so much fun.
we dope.
I would love like flying out to the
Dude,
hex quarters for
Creating
finals.
strats for the
Here goes East Carolina.
Yep.
Yep. For the ODC and wear my fucking wear my jersey and stuff. Like that would like I have like I don't know, that would be a lot of fun, but I don't know.
I just love how little inconsistencies there are in Rocket League. Like, I love COD. I'm a COD kid. I am on a COD team. But you have to live in Texas if you're going to be
Right.
good. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Oh,
With Rocket League, it's like, what I don't hear, the house was terrible, man. Like, we were,
Yeah.
like, you just
Yeah.
you don't hear about any sketchy stuff. At least I don't. I'm not
That is true.
integrated into the scene.
yeah.
It's just so simple. And it's like the skill gap is so high that it's like you become untouchable. It doesn't come down to the micro advantages.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, it's.
yeah. What
just
would a
love
better
how simple it
ping
is.
help you with in Rocket League?
I mean, I'm sure it helps because I
That
mean, I
helps.
see clips of them posting like, "How did I get blown up here?" And it's like they drive like this and then they blow up, and it's
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.
I know it exists, but it's not like you have to absolutely boil down and suck every advantage that you can
Right.
to
You
win.
know?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I love
I
Rocket
do love
League.
that.
I love Rocket League. I love their rank system. I love that you can put different types of cosmetics on the cars and look cool. So I hope COD doesn't fuck that up because I think they might. But I gotta pee, so let's wrap this up. Chat,
Let's go, baby.
this Summercast, or the Summercast is not or chat and people on YouTube. The Summercast is available on YouTube and as well on all audio platforms. So that shit is up on Spotify,
Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts, maybe even SoundCloud. I don't know. It's everywhere.
It's worldwide.
It's everywhere.
Everywhere.
So if you want to listen to it everywhere, we'll get back on the weekly schedule of things. Just with the guys coming here for a week, and then the Purge started. We missed a week, so but we'll get back on it. But thank you guys so much for watching. That is going to do it, and I'm gonna go pee.
Peace.
Also, shout out Tree Gator. Bye.